Quick little rant about NPCs in games. If you're gonna have NPCs in games, at least make them meaningful. I mean, Skyrim came out 30 years ago on the Atari Jaguar, and they had meaningful NPCs. I don't know why we're going backwards. It seems like we're going backwards with NPCs. And I'm not talking about like quest given NPCs. I'm talking about, just the background guys, the guys that are at your tavern, at your on your RPGs. If you playing The Witcher, there's a couple guys in the tavern. Skyrim, people in the tavern. Any game with a tavern, there's NPCs in the tavern. And I feel like these NPCs should make the game better instead of just standing there. If they're just standing there, they're kind of like little wax dolls or posters or pictures and not 3D models that can move around and have schedule and have dialogue and add meaningful impact to your journey through the game. Skyrim NPCs, they would talk shit to you. They had dialogue, they had schedules. They would go to the tavern, they would eat, they would talk to each other, stop and talk to each other. They would talk shit to you, make you want to cause harm to them. And this happened in most Bethesda's games. But again, Skyrim came out on the Atari Jaguar 30 years ago. So why, when I play Assassin's Creed Shadows today, the NPCs are just trash? Like, there's no reason to be there. They barely interact with you. I could run them over with my horse, and they kind of don't even like move out the way. At least in like GTA 3, which also came out 30 years ago on the Atari Jaguar, you could run over the NPCs, and that was great. And sometimes they would just pull out their strap and pop at you if they thought you were disrespecting them. So that's like another character in the game. If you think of characters in the game, the background NPCs form like their own character. They're like part of the environment. So why are we in Assassin's Creed Shadows today having just bullshit NPCs? Now, it's not Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the only game with bullshit NPCs. I'm just picking on that because that's the most recent game that I played. And I'm kind of enjoying it. Hold on, it's this dog outside that's barking. It's like it has two barks. I think it's possessed. It has like one big dog bark and then it like screams. I thought they were fighting outside one time, but it's just one like small little Tasmanian devil looking dog. But anyway, back to the point. Dragon Age the Veilguard is the other game that doesn't have very good NPCs. I mean, that's an RPG, or at least used to be an RPG as a series. And the game, I enjoyed it a bit. I didn't finish it. I don't finish a lot of games like that. If they're, I don't know, maybe some new game had just come out and then I'll like put that down and I'll say, I'll play it again next year. They weren't up to snuff. They would they barely do anything. They don't really talk to you. They just kind of there to get in your way. So like when you walking through the town, you can bump into them. That's about as most interaction as the NPCs have there. The background NPCs again. So they're trash. Now, here's a game with good NPCs. So I played these couple games in the last few months. I've played Stalker 2, I've played Dragon Age the Veilguard, I've played um Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's it. Kingdom Come Deliverance. It has good NPCs. The NPCs you can walk around and then you can fight the NPCs. You can punch them, you can pull out your sword and do sword things to them. Um and they won't just take it. They'll call the police on you. If you steal something and they see it, they're gonna snitch on you. Like every character in the game is a snitch. So they'll tell the guards, they'll recognize you, they'll remember you. Like so as far as they remember that you're a thief and a son of a bitch, and they're gonna call the cops on you. They'll remember that. And they remember when you do something good. They'll say, "Oh, thanks, praise the Lord," and stuff, because everybody's really religious in the game. So they'll say, "Praise the Lord, thank you for coming, Arisen." Well, not Arisen. Arisen is another game. That's Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma had okay background NPCs. Now, the best game with background NPCs that came out recently is probably Baldur's Gate 3. They had good background NPCs because when I walked into town in Baldur's Gate, everybody, like, you could hear the crowd chatter. It felt like a real city. They were talking to each other. You could just walk by and they'll be having some, random conversation. Assassin's Creed Shadows does have situations where you're walking by and you'll have some background NPCs giving you kind of like a little bit of quest tips, but you can tell like it's like super scripted, right? They want you to hear that, which is great. But I'm just talking about not people that are part of the story or trying to give you like quest tips. They're just background people. They should talk to each other. They should have chatter. They should say more than that's what the one guy does. When I run my horse by him, he does like this. What is that? Talk to me, man. Tell me why you pissed off. Tell me why you don't like me running my horse into you. It's 2025. Program that shit, man. Okay. So I'm not really pissed off about this, and this doesn't really make or break a game, but it is something that I've been noticing recently. So I just wanted to make a quick video about it. If you like videos like this, where I'm talking about random topics about video games, subscribe to the channel. The channel is Caesar's Corner. One like equal one prayer. Peace.